there, Simon from simonwoods.com. Welcome to Wine FAQ. Today, grape varieties. How many are there? Well, first of all, what is a grape variety? Because for some people have a problem even with that. Just put it this way, you know different sorts of apple. There's Cox's Orange Pippin, there's Russets, there's Bramleys, there's Braeburn, there's Pink Lady, and there's lots and lots of different ones. There's Golden Delicious, which are golden but often not delicious. And so it is in the grape world. There are lots and lots of grape varieties like Chardonnay, and there's Cabernet Sauvignon. They are all grapes, but different members of the grape family. In fact, the grape family is rather bit of a. It gets around a bit. I think there's several species of it, and only one, what's called Vitis vinifera, makes decent wine. Now, if you go on Wikipedia, the fount of all knowledge, and always 100% correct, you know, it lists about 600 grape varieties. Is that all there is? No, because if you ask them in Portugal how many grape varieties they've got, they say, oh, we've probably got, I don't know, 200, 300. Ask them in France, they'll got more, maybe 500 or 600. Ask them in Italy, golly, it gets around in Italy, the grape. They reckon maybe 2,000 different grape varieties, and then that's only 3 countries we've looked at. Loads and loads of different grapes. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. So which are the best ones? Is it the ones that have travelled around the world? Well, not sure about that. One of the reasons that you see grapes like Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, Syrah and Pinot Noir planted around the world is because the world's great benchmark wines, in other words, the examples that people around the world look up to and think, oh, I would like to make something like that, they're made from those grape varieties. So someone in California looks to France and see what they're doing in Bordeaux and thinks, I'd like to try and replicate that, so they plant Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. And someone in South Africa thinks, I'd love to make something that's a bit like white Burgundy, plonk some Chardonnay in the ground and blah, blah, blah. But doesn't mean that those grapes are the only great ones in the world. Italy's a classic example of this. Now, the Italians are not they make some terrific wine, and they make wonderful clothes, and they make cars that look beautiful, but often break down, but they're not very good at getting out and telling the world about their wines. Yes, there's some terrific stuff, but I mean, there's the 2 main grape varieties that have escaped from Italy: Sangiovese and Nebbiolo. Sangiovese is the grape behind Chianti, Nebbiolo is the grape behind Barolo. But you take them to other parts of the world, and they, so far at least, they haven't managed to replicate their success back in Italy. Is this to do with some grapes don't travel? Well, maybe that's true. Certainly in Italy, Nebbiolo grows well in a very, very small region, but outside there it's a bit wishy-washy, but Sangiovese grows pretty well in several places. Yeah, some grapes just don't travel. Others have just been from places where they haven't had really good communication with even other parts of Italy, never mind other countries. So it could be that like 50, 100, 200 years from now, there are some strange grapes from southern Italy or from Greece or from Portugal that you see travelling the globe. Which ones are going to rise to the top? We shall see. Very interesting to watch out. What I would encourage you to do though, yes, by all means buy your Chardonnay, buy your Sauvignon Blanc and your Merlot and your Cabernet, but if you're buying like 5 bottles of something like that, stick a bottle of something that you've never heard of before into your little carry case or however you buy your wines. Expand your knowledge. There's so much wine out there, you're not going to get through all 5,000 plus grape varieties or however many there are in your lifetime, but you can have a good time trying. See you soon.